In a world where style is storytelling and art is rebellion, I'm Natasha Morgan, designer, muse, unapologetic maximalist, collecting beauty like treasures from closets to galleries to the most fabulous rooms. This is Chasing Galliano, my glamorous, unpredictable quest to inspire through personal style, art, and space, while scheming to meet the master of fashion himself, John Galliano, preferably in something wildly over the top. This week on Chasing Galliano, I raid the home and closet of James Aguiar, fashion director, TV and podcast host, red carpet authority, and all-around style magician. Expect wit, wardrobe drama, and couture chaos. Aguiar style. So James, thank you for inviting us into your beautiful home.
Thank you. I'm really happy you're here. I just adore you, and of course you're bringing the sunshine.
Thank you. And the sun is shining out there. That's enough sunshine. So what made you trade the city life for country charm?
Well, I've lived in New York for 37 years. I moved when I was 18, which is pretty young. I moved in 1985, the height of the AIDS crisis. So you can imagine, being a young sort of person that wants to experience and explore and understand the city during that time was really interesting and pretty challenging. I decided to step away from New York, just in the sense, like everybody, the pandemic changed things. I was in a place in my career where I could, which is really nice to say, because I often say, if I was starting my career, you have to be in New York, you have to be in LA, you have to be in Chicago, or a city that is surrounding yourself with what you want to do. But I was able to step away and do the things that I do remotely, travel, all of the things that I do, I still do.
Wonderful. Now, be honest, do you decorate the way you dress?
That is a great question. And I'm going to say yes. And I've never really thought about it. So now I'm thinking about it. And I do. I do, because I like my home to tell a story through vignettes. I like my clothes to tell a story through however I choose to appear that day. I like things that are a little bit weird, a little bit off, a little wrong, a little imperfect. But I also like that you think about it, and I think that that's a really important thing when you approach style, like style, the global style word. I do like that it filters through to how I live, how I entertain, how I decorate, how I dress.
Okay. Now, if your home had a runway moment, what song would it be playing and who would be walking it?
Okay, well, first of all, I would be walking.
Of course.
And let's not get it twisted. And the house has had many runways.
Okay.
In fact, I remember throwing a party once when I was much younger that was an actual runway. We set it up like a fashion show, and it was a party. And yes, there was a fashion show. And many of the houses that I've lived in have to have a runway. The song would be... That's a really, really good question, because it changes all the time. But I would think it would be something from anyone from Cher to Dua Lipa.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay. What's the most extra thing in your house?
The most extra thing in my house is, well, for me it's subtle, but it's a frog skeleton that looks like it's been dipped in gold, and it's from the estate of Tony Duquette, who was an incredible decorator, theater designer, and he just would take the ordinary and make them extraordinary. So I think that centerpiece of that weird frog, everybody always says how either beautiful it is or how repulsed they are by it.
Oh my goodness.
So that's a good thing.
Okay. Fashion has drama, decor has drama. Do you ever go too far and love it anyway?
all the time.
Okay.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I look at pictures of street style things and I'm like, wow, I really wore that. And the answer is yes. Or I really decorated like that or did that. Yes. I mean, the point is like you kind of love what you do and then move on from it and don't take it too seriously.
Yeah. That's what fashion should be about.
That's what fashion should be. And by the way, it's not permanent.
Yes. You can always change.
Exactly. You can always paint a wall. You can always move a chair. I don't know.
Of course. Are you more of a statement wallpaper person or a quiet luxury linen person?
Both.
Or both? Okay.
Both. 3,000,000% both. I love that we live in an age where we can reference anything, any era, any moment in time, any historical part of life, and bring it into our own homes, our own bodies, however we want to do. So I'm all of it. I don't love words like quiet luxury or minimalist or maximalist or I don't love labels, which is why I've called my podcast Label Queen. Because it really is about the labels that we put on ourselves, and I don't think we need them.
Right. What's your go-to move on turning a regular room into a wow moment?
The go-to move. Wow, that's so good. All right, I will say in any home that my husband and I live in, we always have an extraordinary library. So books, you know, this sort of, some people call it, what do they call it? Bookshelf wealth or something. This idea of this, you know, cadre of books that lives with us, that we reference, we look at, we draw inspiration from. I think that is an important part of how we live. And probably when we walk into a space, we go, where's the library going? Or how are we going to do the books?
Okay. Now, has living in upstate New York changed your style, or is it just giving the woods a couture moment?
The woods have a couture moment. I swear, you know, because we entertain a lot, and I swear people think that we walk around our house all day in sequins or tuxedos. You know, 6 o'clock rolls around, we're in a tuxedo. I don't know what people think. So when we give them an invitation, their first question is, what's the dress code?
Yes.
Like, there is none, or maybe there is. I don't know. We've done many dress codes. In fact, this is a great story. We had a fondue party. I wanted to make fondue, and I sent out the invitations, but really it was a casual night. We just wanted to make fondue. 3 people showed up in like full like 1970s Valley of the Doll, bouffant hair, you know, Poochie prints. They showed up like that just because they thought we were having a fondue party. They had to show up like a 1970s Brady Bunch movie. I don't know.
I love it. I'm sure you have plenty of wild stories.
And then they were pissed that we were just like, we weren't in pajamas, but we were casual. We were just like, no, we're just hanging out.
I love it. What is one piece in your home that has a wild story or an unexpected history behind it?
A wild story. Okay, well, this isn't like one thing. This is also the way I dress, though.
Okay.
There's things in here that are very, very, very expensive, worth a lot, next to things that cost $5.
Right.
So that collision and that mix of like art that's meaningful next to like, oh, you know, I got that at a yard sale for 3 cents, is the way that I like to live. So I feel like everything has its collision of, you know, high-low.
Oh, good. That's good. You dress like that and your home is like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's great. Not too many people are like that, so.
I hear that. And really, is that true?
That's true.
Okay. Okay.
That's true. So if your upstate home were a fashion editorial, what would the headline be?
Well, first of all, my house has been a fashion editorial because we've shot here a lot. Many movies have scouted it. Television shows have scouted it. So it would be something like Here and Now, or The Now, or Then and Now. Something like, referencing the past but into the future. Okay. Here we are now. I don't know. Those things are so stupid. And I had to write them a lot too,
Really?
Yeah. You glow, girl. Just horrible things. But
I live. Okay. Now we're going to do some rapid fire questions. Rapid fire. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Pattern or solid?
Pattern.
Okay. Vintage find or brand new splurge?
Brand new splurge. I know that sounds weird, but brand new splurge.
Oh, okay. Most fabulous room in the house?
This house?
Yes.
Oh, this living room.
Yes.
This living room.
I was going to answer that myself.
And my studio, but for different reasons.
Yeah. I love the den too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Candle scent you're obsessed with right now?
Sorry, what?
Candle scent that you're obsessed with right now.
Candles?
Yeah.
Candles. I don't know. I mean, I love my go-to candle is Diptyque Bay.
Oh, okay.
So
we'll take that. Okay, what color are you currently living for?
I weirdly am living for terracotta.
Okay.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm living for like earth. I'm feeling earth, mama.
Okay. Maximalist forever or secretly craving minimalism?
Maximalist forever.
Okay. Most James thing in the home?
The most James thing in the home. Okay, well, there's a book that is very special to me.
Okay.
It's a Verushka called Transfigurations, where she paints herself into environments. That's one of my most prized possessions. I don't know why that book just transfixes me. But the most James thing in the house. Oh my gosh. Oh. You know what? I'm going to say one of the images that I did during the pandemic. It's a photograph that I did when we couldn't have models, we couldn't have hair, we couldn't have makeup, we couldn't have a crew. So a photographer and I took a mannequin and brought her all around and put her in couture all over the place. And it just represents everything that I am as a creative, which is, how are we going to do this? How are we going to solve it? Oh yeah, of course I have a mannequin in my basement. Send the clothes and we're going to shoot it.
I live.
That's the most James thing.
Okay. If your house threw a party, what would be the dress code?
Oh, girl. You know what it would be? Glamour.
Glamour.
Shine. Sparkle. No wallflowers allowed.
Okay.
You better bring it. I better see you from space. That's what I want.
I live. What's one item you'd rescue the house if your house was on fire? You'd rescue from the house.
Clothing item?
Beside yourself. Yes, item. Clothing item.
Okay, well, truly, if the house was on fire, I would probably take some, things that are less boring. I mean, very boring. But the thing that I would rescue in a fire, fashion-wise, is my Dries Van Noten coat, which I'm going to show you later.
Okay. Okay. Decor mood, cozy, chic, bold, glam, country, or couture. Or country couture.
Bold glam.
Oh, bold glam. Okay.
Yeah, I love the memorabilia. This is my original Mike flag.
I love it.
From Full Frontal Fashion.
That's gorge.
I feel like I was one of the first to bling the Mike flag.
I love it.
What are you wearing? Let's see. This is a fan from a Dior collection.
Fabulous.
Somewhere along the world. This is a Dior pyramid when we went to Egypt for the men's show.
Oh, wonderful.
CD. What else is here? Oh, this is a fun one. This is a low, I just thought it was so weird. Sorry for the dust. This is a Loewe invitation from fall, winter 2023. And all it is this weird piece of latex.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Like, how genius is Jonathan Anderson?
That's so cool.
So weird.
That's so cool.
Anyway.
It's cool. I love it.
I know. And like, the funny thing is, like, I'm sure some people hang on to these things.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just throw them away.
I can't believe they do because they put so much work into these invites.
I know. Or they leave them in their hotel. Some of them are too big. I get it. These are the Saint Laurent invites, which are always really
stunning.
beautiful.
Stunning.
There's that color I'm loving.
Oh,
terracotta.
Stunning.
Yeah, it's all, some of them I frame, and it's all just memories, right? Mm-hmm. Which is so great. This is from a Balenciaga fashion show. This was the invite. And he just got a bunch of crap from eBay. And everybody's was completely different.
Oh, that's so cool.
And this is Balenciaga.
I love it.
Balenciaga.
I love it.
So yeah, I love all of the ephemera. Mm-hmm. It also, is memories.
Yes.